Well, welcome, Facebook friends. We have a very exciting topic for you today. Last week I discussed the topic, is your doctor treating the real cause? And I had so many people commenting. I even had private messages afterwards. And I thought it best to do a part 2. So today, while I wait for everyone to join, I have part 2 of, is your doctor treating the real cause? As physician, if we do not identify carefully what is the underlying problem, then the prescription we give might fail. And that is why it's so important to answer this question. What is the real cause of your problem? What is the real cause of your high blood pressure, your diabetes, your joint pain, your weight? Why is it that you tend to overeat? What is it that is causing the problem? So at this time, I want you to share, invite your friends to come over and join, because I know that there is a message for everyone today. I have a special guest, Dr. Errol Bryce from Dallas. He has a very, very interesting story, and he will share it with you. I don't want you to miss this story of Dr. Bryce, to see how this doctor, who when he was a child had some negative childhood experiences, despite this, he became a very successful doctor who practices in Dallas, Texas. He has 3 children who are very successful as well. You might see yourself in the story, so I want you to share, stay around. You will hear his story at the end of the program, but during the program, he's going to be discussing with us why we need to treat the real cause and how you can identify your problem, and therefore you can share with your doctor so you can be properly treated. Now, last week I asked you to comment and like and share, and that the person who has the most comments or the most shares will be receiving a gift. Now, I am pleased to tell you that Marcia Scott, if you're listening, you have won this book, 14 Days to Amazing Health. And in this book, there are various health pearls that you can use to lead a healthier life. So Marcia Scott, if you're listening to me, go ahead and send me a private message so I can send you this book. I also have a very, very exciting news or information to give to you. On April 11th, here in South Texas, Rio Grande Valley, we're going to be having the first Lifestyle Medicine Health Summit. It's called Get Healthy RGV 2018. We have doctors that will be here from Loma Linda University, Andrews University, and from different parts of the country to discuss one day only how to use lifestyle as medicine, how to use food as medicine, how to use exercise and sleep, how to reverse diabetes or high blood pressure or heart disease with lifestyle medicine. So if you're a physician, a nurse practitioner, a nurse, a PA, physician assistant, if you are a chiropractor, if you are just a health coach, if you are a health enthusiast, or if you're just someone who wants to live healthy, find us. You will get the information during the program how to register. If you have a business and you want to just advertise your business, then the conference is also for you. So the conference is for everyone. If you just want to come and get some health screening, the conference is for you. So I want you to come out to the McAllen Convention Center to enjoy this Get Healthy RGV. If you're living anywhere outside of Texas here, you can also come, go online and register. We'll be having CME 8 credits, so come and join. So today we're going to be discussing, is your doctor treating the real cause? What is the real cause of your problem? I want to welcome all our guests again from the United States and from all over the world to the program Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper. I'm your host, Dr. Donna Cooper-Dockery. I've been practicing medicine for over 27 years. I enjoy taking care of patients, but I enjoy more educating and empowering patients how to use healthy lifestyle habit to reverse and prevent diseases. I'm going to ask my producer to show the video clip with the Get Healthy RGV, and then you're going to meet my guest, Dr. Errol Bryce. Don't go away.
Why are some cultures living longer than others? Could the answer be found on your plate or in your lifestyle? Find out Wednesday, April 11, 2018 at Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit in McAllen, Texas. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. That's bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. Receive free medical screenings and enjoy healthy, flavorful cooking demos, samples, and more. While you're here, plan to attend the Continuing Medical Education Conference. Hundreds of healthcare professionals, health coaches, chiropractors, and dietitians from across the country will descend upon McAllen, Texas for one day only. CMEC 2018. Get insight from top nutrition and health experts and industry leaders. Network with hundreds of healthcare professionals and earn continuing education credits. Save the date, Wednesday, April 11, 2018. Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit, McAllen Convention Center. Located at 700 Convention Center Boulevard, McAllen, Texas. Stay informed about the benefits of good nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. Let's change the future of healthcare. Use lifestyle as we add years to life and life to years. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV.
Well, welcome again, Facebook friends. Welcome back. And you know, last week we discussed, is your doctor treating the real cause? And I had a lot of people who had interest in this topic. So therefore, I decided to bring my friend, Dr. Errol Bryce. Welcome, Dr. Bryce, to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Very good. I know that you love to speak about this subject. Are we treating the real cause? Mm-hmm. And as physicians, we know that if we do not make the correct diagnosis, we will not get our patients well. Am I right?
That's correct.
Therefore, that is the reason we're here talking. Are we really treating the real cause? What is the real cause of the problem? Dr. Bryce, tell us. How and when did you get into this topic seriously? But first of all, tell us about yourself. Let the audience know a little bit about you.
Well, originally I came from Jamaica, had the opportunity to study at the University of Waterloo, went to University of Montemorelos, ended up in New York at Wilson Memorial Regional Hospital, where I had finished my specialty internal medicine, did externship in endocrinology at Baylor, and ended up in Texas. Started practicing in here now for about 25 years. And having a lot of fun.
Yeah, what drives you, Dr. Bryce? Tell me, what drives you?
Well, what I get my excited out of making people happy, making people healthy, healthy relationships. Actually, not just treating diabetes, but reversing diabetes.
That's right.
Not just giving people medicine for hypertension, but helping people to cure hypertension, walk away from these chronic diseases in a lot of cases without medication.
That's right. So we have a lot of things in common.
Awesome.
We both are from Jamaica, and we both are passionate in actually preventing and reversing diseases.
Awesome.
So I know my audience, they're probably thinking, now, who is this Dr. Bryce? As he mentioned, he currently practices in Dallas, has a huge practice. And actually, I sat in a seminar with Dr. Bryce today where he discussed how to reverse. Actually, was teaching a group of people how to help their community prevent and reverse diseases. So I'm very happy that Dr. Bryce is on our show today. Dr. Bryce, tell us a little bit about what you have been doing in the last several months about the real cause, getting to the real cause.
Well, this started actually maybe around 10 years ago when I had a patient who was referred to me by a rheumatologist. Now, I'm an internist. Usually, I send patients to rheumatologists.
That's correct.
But this rheumatologist was referring a patient to me as an internist. So when the patient came, I said, well, why is he sending this patient to me? Patient had, her name is Monica, as a matter of fact, and he had treated her for systemic sclerosis. Her body was eating every organ in her body. She couldn't walk. When I examined her on the table, her skin was so hard, even her breast was rock hard. Her skin was as tight as plastic.
Right.
And I gave her a book to read called The China Study. After she read the China Study, we went through a 40-day program where she got off chips, meat, and within 6 weeks, her skin came back to normal.
Wow, interesting.
The texture of her organs, her breast, for instance, was soft. She came to me in a wheelchair with an ejection fraction. Only 10% of her heart was working. Now this lady was able to walk into my practice within 6 weeks later.
Wow.
The problem is...
So before you tell the problem, what did you do for this lady, for her now to have soft muscles, softer skin, and now was walking? She got out of her wheelchair and now was walking in your office. What did you do? The audience probably want to know that.
She typically lived on a Texas steak and potato diet, and she was addicted to chips.
My goodness.
She would eat a bag of chips every day. And what we did, we put her on a plant-based whole food diet. We actually changed her thinking to just positive thinking. So you'd have to forgive. You'd have to make sure you're not thinking any critical thoughts. And just through this simple process, and we take her through that in a group setting where there is support going through this process. After 6 weeks of doing that, her own immune system, her adult stem cells, start curing itself and reversing these processes. Because what happened is, when you're eating these artificial foods and a lot of these meat products, the body actually starts attacking itself. Once you stop that process, the body starts recreating itself, and that was what was happening.
So then you thought you were treating the real cause.
Exactly.
All right. Tell me a little bit about this patient. What was her problem?
Okay, so she had a chronic rheumatological condition where her body was eating her skin. Her body was eating her own heart. So after about 6 weeks, she started walking. She was happy. Things got much better, but within 3 months, she was dead.
Wow, what happened then? Tell us.
So I went back to try to find out what happened. I went, visited her home, spoke with her father, and he said what happened is she recognized that the food was causing her problem, but she couldn't leave the food.
She was addicted to the food.
She went right back to it. So I realized that here was a situation, a very intelligent person who knew what the cause was. She knew that her lifestyle was being affected by the cause, but there was something else pulling her back. So I started trying to find out what is this thing that is causing people to not break away from things that are hurting them. I have friends who are doctors who are literally eating themselves to death. I have pastors who know that they should not be eating and they can't change it. What is holding us all back? In my own personal life, I've had habits over the years that ask myself, why do I keep going back eating things that I don't know I shouldn't eat? And I realized there is another factor that's causing this.
Wow, that's interesting. So are you going to tell us this factor?
Well, after Monica died and I started searching, I came across this study, a very interesting study by the name of Vincent Felitti. Vincent Felitti published a paper in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine about 20 years ago. And there he looked at the relationship of childhood abuse, household dysfunction, to many of the leading causes of death in adults. What is it that's causing these people to have these same effects that I'm talking about, this missing? So they went to San Diego, middle class, everybody had insurance. They looked at 17,000 people, and they asked them 10 questions. And I want to tell you about these 10 questions.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to take a break right now.
Okay.
And then when we return, we're going to go into those 10 questions. Call your friends. Remember to like us. Share this information. Dr. Bryce has some very, very critical information for you. So go ahead and make your comments, put your question, and share this page with your friends. You stay right there. We're going to be right back with more on the studies that Dr. Bryce will be discussing. What is the real cause of your problem? Is your doctor treating the real cause? That's very critical. So you stay right there. We'll be right back. All right. So then you heard a little bit there about Dr. Bryce and his story about Monica. Very interesting story. She was addicted to the chips. There was a particular chemical in the chips that created her problem. So I want you to call your friends and share this information. But let me take the time to welcome some of our friends. I have Donnell on, Curtis, I have you on, welcome. Tamika, my niece from Jamaica, I want to welcome you. Marlene from Jamaica, my sister, welcome. Guadalupe Gonzalez, I see here. Rose, Sylvia, Suzanne, and so many of you. I want to welcome you to Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper, where our interest is to give you information that you can use to either prevent diseases, reverse diseases, or decrease medication. This topic is very vital because there's so many people out there that are suffering from negative emotions. Negative emotions can cause the immune system to be suppressed. Negative emotion can cause your blood pressure to go up. Your blood sugar can cause sudden heart disease. Negative emotion is very, very crucial for your doctor to identify and help you to resolve so that you can enjoy good health. Remember to like and share our page. If you're living in the Rio Grande Valley, April 11th, we're doing a health summit where we're going to be discussing lifestyle as medicine, how to use healthy food, how to use sleep, relaxation, exercise as medicine. We have a doctor from Loma Linda University, Andrews University, local doctors that will be speaking. If you're a doctor, healthcare provider, PA, a nurse, a chiropractor, health coach, if you're a health enthusiast, if you're a patient and you want good information, then check us out. If you want to advertise your business, then check us out. We're going to go to this particular commercial so you can go to the website and sign up and share, like her page. Marcia Scott, you won the gift last week because you had the most comments. So comment, like, and share, and you never know, you might be the winner for next week. So let's move to our commercial while we take this short break.
Why are some cultures living longer than others? Could the answer be found on your plate or in your lifestyle? Find out Wednesday, April 11, 2018 at Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit in McAllen, Texas. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. That's bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. Receive free medical screenings and enjoy healthy, flavorful cooking demos, samples, and more. While you're here, plan to attend the Continuing Medical Education Conference. Hundreds of healthcare professionals, health coaches, chiropractors, and dietitians from across the country will descend upon McAllen, Texas for one day only. CMEC 2018. Get insight from top nutrition and health experts and industry leaders. Network with hundreds of healthcare professionals and earn continuing education credits. Save the date, Wednesday, April 11, 2018. Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit, McAllen Convention Center. located at 700 Convention Center Boulevard, McAllen, Texas. Stay informed about the benefits of good nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. Let's change the future of healthcare. Use lifestyle as we add years to life and life to years. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV.
Well, welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper. And today our topic is your doctor treating the real cause? Last week we discussed the same topic. We had a lot of comments, so I decided to do a part 2. And in the studio I have Dr. Errol Bryce, who is out of Dallas. He is an international speaker. He gives a lot of seminars on healthy lifestyle. And before the break, we were discussing the real cause of one of his patients' problem. And he started to discuss about a study that was done on adverse childhood experiences. So Dr. Bryce, go ahead and let us know about the study.
So here I was in a situation where I recognized that I'm given the best evidence-based medicine that I can give for patients. And in giving them this treatment, the medication themselves were not working. So we went into lifestyle changes. The lifestyle changes worked, and people would go back to these practices that were harmful. And I was not the only one who began to figure something else is there. One guy with a team from the Central Disease Control, as well as Kaiser Permanente in San Diego, put together this study. And what they did, they asked people, 17,000 people, 10 questions. I'm going to go over these 10 questions so that it gives you an idea of what it is. And you'll find that you'll start seeing yourself in some of these questions. Number one, before the age of 20, did you lose a parent or sibling through death or divorce? If you can say yes, you give yourself a score of 1. Did a parent or sibling often swear at you, put you down, humiliate you, isolate, or act in any way that made you feel afraid? If this happened to you, then you give your score of 1. Did you live with a parent or sibling who was a problem drinker or who abused other drugs? So if people in your home are doing any kind of drug abuse of any sort, then you would give yourself a score of 1. Were you bullied? A lot of us were. Were you bullied or afraid of kids at school or in your neighborhood? If that happened, you give yourself a score of 1. Did you live with an adult or sibling who struggled with a mental illness or some other serious illness or special need? If that reflected your family, that you give your score of 1. Did a parent or sibling often push, grab, slap, or throw something at you, or ever hit you so hard that you had bruises, marks, or other injuries? That happened, you give yourself a score of 1. Here's another question. Did you live in a home where you went without clean clothes, or enough to eat, or could not afford a doctor, or you felt you had no one to protect you? If that happened to you, or that was your situation, you give a score of 1. Did someone in your household go to jail? That's another one as well. And then the last two, I think. Did a parent, sibling, or another person, at least 5 years older, touch your body in a sexual way or ask you to do something similar? Give yourself a score of 1. Was a parent or sibling in your household sometimes hit, kicked, or slapped, or ever threatened with a weapon in any way? If that happened to you, then you recognize that you can give yourself a score. 70% of the individuals of these 17,000 had at least 1. Okay, a large percentage had different scores. So some people had 2, 3, 4, and the more you have, the higher your score is, the more your chances of getting diabetes, high blood pressure, morbid obesity, where you put on a lot of weight, you get sick, depression, suicide, all of this related back to these childhood experiences. And the study has been going on now for the last 20 years, and more studies have been repeated showing the same thing. As a matter of fact, 100 90% of the people on death row had a high score. High percentage of people with diabetes.
Right, but let's talk
high
about
score.
it. Why? Last week we discussed adrenaline,
Yes.
cortisol, and serotonin level.
Right.
Now that our audience probably are identifying with these questions, why is it that these people that have had these adverse or negative experiences and trauma, why is it that they're prone to diseases? Let's talk about the science behind it. And I think we touched on that last week, where the brain is powerful. The brain controls your health. The brain controls your thought. You are what you actually think.
Yes.
So because of these negative effects, these negative emotions, then the body now produces different hormones like adrenaline.
So here's what's happening in the body.
Go ahead.
If you are exposed to this adverse childhood experience, and also it occurs with adults in post-traumatic stress disorder.
Exactly.
All of these different effects, so trauma, life events, divorce, but especially in the vulnerable part of our life, the first 20 years of our life. So when this occurs, what happens is the upper part of the brain normally controls the lower part, especially the amygdala. What people experience now is what we call toxic stress. Chronic means it happens over a long period of time, and it's toxic stress. When this occurs, there is such a discomfort in the body. It's like you're afraid of a bear. And you can run away from the forest and the bear is in the forest. But here, the bear is always behind you. And you are always afraid of this bear, this discomfort. Then you have to find a way to get rid of this discomfort. And then that is when you turn to things like pornography, food,
But before
pride.
we go to that, Errol,
Yes.
we need to let the audience know, why is it that when you're in a state of stress, you tend to have a higher risk of chronic diseases, diabetes and hypertension, heart disease, even sudden death? It's because of the adrenaline or the cortisol. These hormones will put you in a state of defense, psychological, emotional defense. So the blood pressure will go up, the blood sugar will go up, and then if that is sustained, then the patient now is at risk for diabetes and hypertension and even heart disease.
So these individuals are in permanently a state of fight or flight response.
That's right.
And when you're in this state, your body gives off a lot of what we call negative cytokines. They are enzymes, hormones that are harmful to the body, that's continually destroying the body. And so we cover then this discomfort, this permanent fight and flight response. We have to find a way to deal with it.
Right.
And so that's when we get into the pornography, the food, the pride, the work, the drugs. People they call them workaholics. They're angry, they gossip, they blame, put down other people. They're always controlling. The wife can't go anywhere. They veg out before televisions. They or just doing things to get people's approval.
Right.
These are the different mechanisms. A simple donut, you can't walk past it. These are the type of things that are holding you. That people will sit before a whole bucket of ice cream.
And that is to relieve their psychological and emotional pain.
This high fight and flight response. They're either fighting or they're running.
Yes.
Okay? And this is always with you. And it becomes your norm. And the body has no response to this. And this is what's hurting. This is the real cause of most of our chronic conditions.
Right. So that is what we're talking about. Is your doctor treating the real cause? Am I treating the real cause? Is Dr. Bryce treating the real cause? Right. If you can identify with all of this we're saying, please comment, like, and share so this information can be learned by others. We're going to take a break because we want to show you how to take control. Don't go away. Just like and share our page. We're going to be right back. All right. So, Dr. Bryce, there, as you can see that he took over the entire topic. But he's a very good friend of mine, and he has a lot to say. Let me take the time to welcome some of our friends who have just joined. I have Leti Moreno, Percy from the Philippines, D. Casper, John Gordon, Clinton Boxhill, and so many of you. Maybe some of you I won't see you, but I want to welcome you to our show. We are discussing a very essential topic. We started with part 1 last week, but I had so many people commenting, and I decided to do a part 2. So like and share, and if you share with all your friends, and if you have a lot of comments, then you might win one of my books. Last week, Marcia Scott I think she's from Jamaica, she won this book. I would like her, if she's watching today, to inbox me information on how to get this book to her. Now, I want you to continue to watch, because close to the end of the program, we're going to be giving you pearls, how you can get over these negative emotions. These adverse childhood experiences will create negative feeling in your life that probably are really the real cause of your disease. So stay to the end of the program, and interestingly enough, Dr. Bryce, who is a very successful physician, he has a very special story that we will disclose at the end of the program. So stay right there, like and share, and if you have a question, please put it in the comment below, and I will get back to you later on the program. Let's go to our next section.
Why are some cultures living longer than others? Could the answer be found on your plate or in your lifestyle? Find out Wednesday, April 11, 2018 at Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit in McAllen, Texas. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. That's bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. Receive free medical screenings and enjoy healthy, flavorful cooking demos, samples, and more. While you're here, plan to attend the Continuing Medical Education Conference. Hundreds of healthcare professionals, health coaches, chiropractors, and dietitians from across the country will descend upon McAllen, Texas for one day only. CMEC 2018. Get insight from top nutrition and health experts and industry leaders. Network with hundreds of healthcare professionals and earn continuing education credits. Save the date, Wednesday, April 11, 2018. Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit, McAllen Convention Center, located at 700 Convention Center Boulevard, McAllen, Texas. Stay informed about the benefits of good nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. Let's change the future of healthcare. Use lifestyle as we add years to life and life to years. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV.
Hi, Facebook friends, and those of you watching us on YouTube. We are discussing a very important topic. Is your doctor treating the real cause? We have been discussing psychological trauma that could be causing chronic diseases. And Dr. Bryce, he's from Dallas, internal medicine doctor, sees patients every day, traditional medicine, but he also practices lifestyle medicine. He does a lot of training trying to motivate and empower people to change lifestyle and therefore take control of their health. And he really has a passion for adverse childhood experiences, the psychological effect causing many people to have chronic diseases. And we just left off discussing the flight and fright mechanism that most of us use to suppress some of these negative emotions. Dr. Bryce, continue.
Yes. So a typical patient of mine will come in 100 pounds overweight. I would get to know this patient, get to bond with the patient, and eventually I will ask one simple question. Tell me what happened to you before you were 18 years of age. Usually I have a box of serviette or tissue or something nearby, because almost immediately the patient starts crying. because that flight mechanism is always there. That trauma is always there, whatever it is. And they go through and they tell you without any pause in their thinking. Why? Because the trauma, especially before childhood, creates a fight and flight response, which is then creating a discomfort that must be addressed. And a lot of us address this with food. And then there comes a situation where you start eating so much, or drugs, or just sitting down, or whatever the condition is, the enzyme starts taking your body and the disease process is stopped. The problem is, how do we solve this? How do we get to the point where we turn off this fight and flight mechanism, this chronic stress? How do you treat it? That's what we need to get out to the community.
You know, Dr. Bryce, before we go into that, I have a patient. She was several pounds overweight. She had high blood pressure, arthritis, and depression. And she was in my 12-week to wellness program, but she was not losing weight at all. Mm-hmm. And one day she came into my office and we sat, and she told me this story. She said, Dr. Cooper, I'm having a hard time. I grew up with no food. We were so poor that we had nothing to eat. Mm-hmm. Now that I have food, I just have to eat. I can't stop eating because of all these years that I did not eat. So even though this woman had no sexual trauma, no physical trauma, the emotional trauma was there. And that is why she was overweight. That is one of the reasons. The obesity caused her now to have uncontrolled hypertension and joint pain, arthritis. So is the doctor treating the real cause? You know, and after we sat together, and she cried. She was crying as well. Mm-hmm. But then I knew now why she had all the difficulty with her weight and why she had the difficulty losing weight. I'm sure some of you listening to the program could probably identify with this patient. So it is so hard for us as healthcare provider to spend time with the patient. A typical doctor just probably has 15 to half an hour with the patient. So it is almost impossible to get down to the real cause unless the doctors practicing a holistic approach to medicine and use a health team, someone who will discuss exercise or diet, maybe a chaplain to sit and talk with the patient. And that is what we do in our practices. We have extension of ourselves. So we work with a team of providers who will spend half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours with you, with the patient in the office to get to the real cause. If you're listening to me and you realize you're living somewhere away from our practice, you can probably find me online. I have courses online that will help you, or some of my books. So there is always hope. What hope can we offer? How can these patients take control? I'm sure many patients right now are making diagnoses. This is the reason why I have problem with my blood pressure. This is the reason why I'm eating now. What can we offer these people listening to us, Dr. Bryce?
Well, to begin with, caregivers, doctors, nurse practitioners, physician assistants must recognize that there is another cause.
Right.
That's the first thing. We need to educate ourselves in this. That's one. We need to understand that primarily from the studies, we recognize that one of the main thing that people are looking for is what we call in medicine supportive therapeutic relationships. Supportive therapeutic relationship. In simple terms, they're looking for a healing relationship with somebody. They need to bond with what we call a trusted adult. So from the providers, we're not to feel that they're not being compliant with the diet. what we need to ask them is, what happened to you before you were 18 years of age? And then provide a compassionate environment for these individuals to be able to relate their stories. There are a number of studies showing that, number one, for small children, prevention is very important. So you make sure children are growing up in a safe environment. Number two, early detection is important. And then you need to make sure that you develop group therapy.
Errol.
What we call stable, trusted relationship with an adult that is compassionate, not critical, loving, caring. That is their greatest need as you work with these individuals. There are a number of steps.
You know, if a healthcare provider, a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant is watching the program, it might be challenging, but I think spending 5 extra minutes to ask the patient, how can I help you? Is there something wrong? Did you have an experience, a negative experience in the past? That is going to be critical. And then that provider can probably direct this person to someone that could help this person identify these negative emotions, deal with them, and form that therapeutic relationship that is going to be helpful. The other thing is that maybe a church community, you know, a church community, a faith community, you'll probably find loving people who will understand, who will not be judgmental. That is also a way of helping these people along.
Yes, this is very important because you have to change their thinking.
Right.
Okay, you have to change from this negative thought to what we call positive psychology, positive thoughts. For instance, a lot of them feel shame and fear. These are thoughts that you can replace with confidence, positivity, lack of a good sense of well-being. So we use what is called cognitive behavior therapy or mindfulness. Get them to write out their stories. Get them to change the narrative that they believe about themselves. And this can only be done in a context of a very warm, compassionate relationship.
Loving relationship.
Loving relationship. The next thing is you have to change the diet because you have to take the toxic fat, sugar, and salt environment. That has to go as well so that the epigenetics or the gene structure can change. Physical exercise is very important as we change the body, change the brain, change the mind. Adequate sleep, sunshine, a caring environment is crucial as you support these different modalities, the different ways in which we help people get through these different issues.
Right, and you're mentioning some of the factors or activities that will increase serotonin level. Last week we discussed serotonin, and we discussed adrenaline and epinephrine. Now serotonin, that is the neurochemical that creates a sense of well-being. And how do you increase the level of serotonin? There are different ways to increase serotonin level. One is exercise. And when you exercise, you're going to increase the production of serotonin. Remember, serotonin is the happy hormone which you need to give you that sense of well-being and sense of worth. Eating foods high in tryptophan, your beans, your nuts, your grains, all those are going to help you to increase the serotonin level. Sunshine, Dr. Bryce mentioned the sunshine vitamins from sunshine. Sunshine increases the production of serotonin, while darkness will increase the production of melatonin. Melatonin will give you a sense of sedation and relaxation and help you sleep. So these are natural remedies that you can use to increase your serotonin level. Now, good relationship. Healthy social relationship is very important for good health. Studies have shown that those people who have good social relationship tend to live 7 to 10 years longer because of the same thing, increasing the production of serotonin. Serotonin then puts you in a state of relaxation, blood pressure will decrease, blood sugar will decrease, and you will have less comorbidities. Remember, I mentioned last week that the wise man proverb said that a merry heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bone.
A simple thing like saying thank you.
Yes.
Just a spirit of gratitude. List 3 things every morning that you can be thankful for. Think about these 3 things as the day progresses. You'd be surprised to see how much serotonin is released because of this.
Right.
So these individuals, one, they have to choose to do better.
Right.
They must want better.
Exactly.
And that only occurs when someone comes beside them to give them hope that there is something better. If you have a story where you've been there and you've overcome these issues, that's one of the most inspiring things for these individuals. When you can show them how you came back from your brokenness, your adverse childhood experiences, coming back from that, sharing that experience with them, it gives them hope, and then you encourage them through this process. It is not simple, but it is possible.
That's right. And I know you have a great story, but you know what? We're going to take a break. If you're just joining us, we're discussing, is your doctor treating the real cause? And what is really the real cause? That is what we're looking on today. And you're watching Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper. And my guest today is Dr. Bryce. He's from Dallas, a brilliant international speaker. So I want you to share, like, and comment. At the end of the program, I'll take some time to answer some of your questions. Don't go away. We'll be right back. No, if Marcia Scott is watching, I think she just got on. You won this book because you had the most comment last week. This book is 14 Days to Amazing Health. This has the pearls to help you along your way to a healthy and long life. And I want to take the time out to welcome some people from Jamaica, from the Philippines, from the Bahamas. I have my cousin Pauline Wells here. I see Faye, I see Agnes Day from New York, Consuelo Lozano, John Gordon, Leonor Suarez, Jane Santos from my church, Jahez Montera from the Philippines, Norma Fleming, Claire Gordon, all of you. I want to welcome you to the program. I would like you to like and share. I think we are discussing very vital information that anyone can use to live a happier and healthier life, especially helping you to assess where you are psychologically, emotionally with your chronic diseases. So I'd like you to like, share, and comment. And I also am trying to get 1,000 likes on my page. I have about 6 likes short of 1,000. So I'd like you to, if you haven't liked the page yet, go ahead and like my page so I can move up to 1,000 likes. So like, share, and comment. And I want to invite you to our Get Healthy Summit that is coming here in the Rio Grande Valley, April 11th. If you're a doctor, nurse, or any healthcare provider, chiropractor, we will be providing CME. If you're a patient or if you want to be screened, we're going to have free screening for you. We're going to have a buffet of healthy plant-based food for you to taste. So, and if you just want to advertise your business, then you can buy a booth. So at the end of this commercial, you'll have the information on how to get the information on the Get Healthy RGV Summit. Don't go away. We're going to be right back with Dr. Bryce's story. Phenomenal story. You can't afford to miss it. Let's move to a commercial.
Why are some cultures living longer than others? Could the answer be found on your plate or in your lifestyle? Find out Wednesday, April 11, 2018 at Get Healthy RGV Health and Wellness Summit in McAllen, Texas. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. That's bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV. Receive free medical screenings and enjoy healthy, flavorful cooking demos, samples, and more. While you're here, plan to attend the Continuing Medical Education Conference. Hundreds of healthcare professionals, health coaches, chiropractors, and dietitians from across the country will descend upon McAllen, Texas for one day only. CMEC 2018. Get insight from top nutrition and health experts and industry leaders. Network with hundreds of healthcare professionals and earn continuing education credits. Save the date, Wednesday, April 11, 2018. Get Healthy RGV, Health and Wellness Summit, McAllen Convention Center. Located at 700 Convention Center Boulevard, McAllen, Texas. Stay informed about the benefits of good nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. Let's change the future of healthcare. Use lifestyle as we add years to life and life to years. Register online now at bit.ly/GetHealthyRGV.
Welcome back. You're watching Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper. You know, last week I discussed the same topic. Is your doctor treating the real cause? And I had so many people who just enjoyed the topic. So I decided to do a part 2. And today on the program, I have Dr. Bryce. Dr. Bryce is an internal medicine doctor, has a large practice in Dallas, but he also enjoys counseling and giving education, empowering people how to reverse diseases and to live a happy and healthy life. And the topic is very important for Dr. Bryce because he has a story that I want him to tell to you. You might identify with his story. Dr. Bryce.
Yes.
Tell us about your adverse childhood
The one thing I want to make sure that we don't forget as part of this, to stop the pain, it's very important that forgiveness become a part of it. Thankfulness, regardless of what happened to you. When you look back in life, you realize that somebody was taking care of you. And the pain stops when you start forgiving. Not only that, but you actually honor the people who hurt you. That is very difficult. In my situation, my adverse childhood experience score was 5. It's 1, it's very bad. 2 is worse. You get to 4, it's really bad. And my score was 5. I was thrown away when I was 9 months of age. Ended up on somebody's doorsteps. Physically abused, sexually abused, abject poverty, you name it, I came through it. I found my mother after almost 50 years of searching for her. And when I came to her, I said, listen, I'm here to honor you. I had forgiven her before I saw her. One little text in the Bible made a big difference for me. Somewhere as a child, I came across Isaiah 49, verses 15 to 17. It says, can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me. When I found this, I changed it. And I changed it to, can a woman forget Errol, her nursing child, and not have compassion on Errol, the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you, Errol. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me. I grew up in a church, a setting where my grandmother used to take me to church 3 or 4 times a week. So I had a stable family building relationships. And I found Jesus Christ as a friend. So he was my trusted adult. And I forgave my mother. I forgave my father. I forgave the person who sexually abused me. That stopped the pain. I changed my diet completely to a plant-based whole food. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. I walk 1 hour a day. And today, I think I'm cured.
You're totally cured, Dr. Bryce. You are a very intelligent physician. You have a great practice. I want all our friends watching us, if you identified with Dr. Bryce's story, and if you are in a dark state, I want you to realize that there is always hope.
There is hope.
Dr. Bryce became a brilliant, intelligent physician, and it is his vision to empower others to do the same.
Yes.
So listen to his story. I want you to listen to the replay of this program and share it with just about everybody, realizing that it doesn't matter how dark your situation may look, there is always hope.
Yeah.
You must first think that you want the change, and then you must then seek for change, seek for resources. And remember that there's a higher power. There's a higher power, and you just need to meditate and probably connect with a faith community and seek for help. Dr. Bryce, is there any last minute goodies that you want to leave?
Yes, the brain is damaged, and the brain has to come back. You become what you think about.
Mm-hmm.
You are a product of your thoughts.
That's right.
So I would memorize all day verses like, I have loved you with an everlasting love. With loving kindness I have drawn you. Texts like, I know the plans I have for you. There is one place in Deuteronomy 7:13 that says, He loves you, He will bless you, and He will multiply you. There's another part in Psalm that says, even if your mother and father forsake you, I, God, will care for you. So you keep memorizing these. You think positive thoughts. So I'm never anxious about anything. Anything happens to me, I pray about it. I thank God that it happens to me, and I just turn it over to Him. So I don't worry about things. But the only way you can do this, you have to constantly keep repeating these things. When I go to bed at night, I'm thinking about it. When I wake up, if I'm waiting for patients, I'm going over these promises constantly. I exercise every day. I eat only 2 meals a day. I don't eat after 5 o'clock. So when I go to bed, my body can recreate my brain, and that is very important. And I serve. I spend time. I give money. I help as many people as possible. When you serve somebody, your serotonin surges.
Yeah,
so you change your mind positively when you work to help somebody. When you try to be selfish, you're hurting yourself most. So these are just things that we can do.
And remember that you must forgive. A study was done by Stanford University where a group of people were asked to forgive. And this study went on for about 6 weeks and then 6 months. And it showed that those people who forgave had decreased chronic diseases. They had decreased symptoms of their medical problems, because as you forgive, what happens? Those negative hormones will suppress in production, and the serotonin will be elevated, and you want your serotonin to be elevated. So forgiveness, for you to heal mentally and emotionally and psychologically, you must forgive. Forgiveness is medicine. And as you listen to Dr. Bryce's story, you realize that he did forgive his mother way before he met her. And I think that was powerful to his healing and to his achievement. So if you're angry at anyone right now, I want you to start thinking positively. Remember, it's better to see the glass half full than half empty, because negative emotions would lead to chronic diseases. So friends, remember that there is always hope. And remember that many times our bodies will react to our mind. We are actually what we think we are. And if you really want to be healthy, then you need to start thinking healthy, let the negative emotion go away, and seek help, because as you seek help, you're going to be opening up to healing. And remember to connect with a faith community, because studies have also shown that people who have faith, people connect to a faith community, whether they go to church once, twice, or 3 times a week, tend to have less chronic diseases, less mental illnesses. They tend to live a little longer. I want you to like and share our page. Remember, we're here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead, Dr. Bryce.
Yes, there's one point I want to, before we close. My mother today is a different woman. She has changed. She is loving, she's caring. She had a family in Nottingham, a very beautiful lady, and it was a pleasure for me to meet her. It turned out that she too was abandoned, and her mother was abandoned.
Wow.
And so this trend, you can break it. This abandonment, whatever the situation, you don't need to pass it on to the next generation. It can stop with you.
That's right. And remember, as we close, remember that God loves you. If you're a Christian, if you're not a Christian, someone loves you. To reach out to someone, and we can break the chain of the abuse, the negative emotions, and most importantly, chronic diseases.
Yes.
I will see you next week. Dr. Bryce, thank you so much for being on our program.
Pleasure.
And viewers, if you want us to do a part 3 of this topic, let us know. Or if you want us to do another topic, just put your comment below and I will get back to you. Remember to like and share this page, because we're here to empower you to live a long, happy, and abundant life. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.